all of my friends are starting to get really pissed off, and they're all starting to sound just a little bit like me with all the yelling and the cussing, and you know what? I think it's great. And I get so many comments on my videos. Why are you so angry? Why do you have to cuss so much? Well, we're pissed the fuck off because we see what's going on and we don't fucking like it. Oh, I don't know. Offended would just be too small of a word. And then you have people like you, the sheep, who we give you proof. We show you links. We tell you about the treaty. We tell you everything that's going on, and you poo-poo it. You refuse to put two and two together. When we tell you that this treaty would trump our Constitution and hundreds of billions of dollars would be siphoned off of America every year, oh, you people just love to talk about the strength of America and how it could never happen. And this isn't something we should worry about. They could never do this to us. Well, you dipshits, the only reason that they could never do this to us is if we stood up and did something about it. But if you just sit in front of your little TV all day and just don't, just sit back on your laurels, and you're so convinced that they couldn't do this because we're so strong, they can. Because if you're not willing to get up, to stand up, and to say, hell to the fucking no you're not, I don't think so, then they can do this. When you lay down, it makes it really easy for them to roll right over you. When you sit there and you talk about the strength of America, what you don't seem to understand is the strength comes from the people. It doesn't come from the Constitution, and I've said this I don't know how many times. The strength is in the people. And the Constitution, at the end of the day, is just a piece of paper, and a piece of paper cannot protect you. If you're not willing to stand up and demand that the Constitution be upheld and that your freedoms are not taken away from you, then there is no strength in America. You all have become nothing more than passive consumers. That's all you are. You don't pay attention to what's going on, and the truth scares you. And you want to stay in la la land. You're like kids afraid of the dark. You're just convinced that there's a monster under the bed. But if you keep your eyes closed, then if you can't see him, he can't see you, and you're safe. As long as you keep your eyes closed, you're convincing yourself that you're safe. And you get extremely hostile with anyone who tries to open your eyes. Well, you're just a bunch of dumb shits. And this is why we cuss. Because we're sick and fucking tired of it. Now with this treaty, we could go into all this other shit. But let's just talk about this new world order. And the treaty is what they need to jumpstart this new world order. Okay? And let's just dumb this down to about as far down as we can to make you understand this. It is nothing more than slavery. It is nothing more and nothing short of slavery. Now, you think about the fact that this treaty would trump our Constitution. And we would have hundreds of billions of dollars siphoned off of our country, which means you and I, every year, to supposedly go to these other countries. Okay? They already take some 40% of our checks. You want another 40% gone? Could you live off a few $100s a month? I know I couldn't. I have 3 children. So it's nothing more than slavery. Now think back to the plantation days, okay? When plantation owners, they had slaves. And they owned these slaves outright. And these slaves worked before the sun came up and long after the sun went down. And any profits made off of anything that they made or grew or built, any profits went to the plantation owner. Well, with this treaty, it's the same damn thing. They want to control every aspect of our lives. And how do they do that? By taxing every aspect of our lives. And that's exactly what they're trying to do. These elitist bastards are greedy. They have so much, but they want more. They want it all. And they want to control you. Now, in the plantation days, these slaves, they bred them. They chose the mother and the father. And when they needed more workers or wanted more workers, they made them. They wanted the lighter-skinned black people in the house. They bred for lighter-skinned babies. When for the fields or whatever else they had them do, they wanted the big, strong, muscular ones, so they bred for those. They bred when they were told to breed, and when they didn't want any more, they didn't have any more. The troublemakers were gotten rid of. And I'll let you use your imagination. And everything that these people worked and slaved for, they saw nothing of. It went to the owners. And that's exactly what's going on here. And you people are so fucking stupid. You know what? It's a chessboard, as I've said before. They move a piece here, they move a piece there. But in the end, it's to converge on your queen. There is a purpose. There is a point to every move that they make. Do you understand this? And this healthcare bill is just part of it. When the government, no, you don't. You cannot have private insurance. This public option bullshit, it's not an option. It's your only option. And when they're telling you what vaccinations that you have to have, and when they're fining you for not having it and throwing you in jail for not paying the fine, don't think it won't go so far as to tell you what you can eat, what you can drink, how often you have to exercise, where you have to live. Don't be stupid. And that's just one piece. Eventually, they're going to control every aspect of our lives. That's what they're heading for. And the strength only comes if you exercise it. But if you're going to sit down like scared children and allow the government to do as they please, there is no strength in that. When you lay down, that makes it very easy for them to roll over you. You just don't get it. No, you get it. You just refuse to connect the dots. Wake up, you dumbass motherfuckers. Wake up. You know what? Before I leave, I get so many people every time. Fat ass bitch this, fat ass bitch that. Oh, I've even had some people try to psychologize me. You seem very angry. And you know what? 10 to 1, it's your weight. And you're just tossed out. Look, people, if my weight bothered me, I wouldn't be putting my fat ass on YouTube, okay? Every single one of you says fat this, fat that. Fucking use your imagination. Really, I've heard that I don't know how many times. Come on. You want to insult me? You want to get somewhere with me? Fucking use your imagination, dude. I'm fat. And so the fuck what? I don't give a shit. So if you want to insult me, try to grow a brain and exercise an imagination.